Hi, I'm Tom Lydon here in Hollywood, Florida at the Inside ETF conference, and I'm here with Ryan McCormick, QQQ strategist with Invesco, and Robert Hughes, who's vice president and head of indexing at Nasdaq. Great seeing you guys.
Great to be here, Tom.
Hey, thanks for being here. Most importantly, we want to talk about the QQQs. The construction of the Qs are innovative, forward-thinking. So Rob, talk a little bit about what the Qs mean, because they've been a staple in the index business for a long period of time.
Yeah, and so I think when you talk about the Nasdaq-100, it all comes down to what is the composition of the index? What's the methodology that drives that composition? And so today the Qs represents the 100 largest companies listed on the Nasdaq stock market. And so inherently you're going to have a tilt towards technology, you're going to have a tilt towards healthcare and biotech, huge multinational consumer brands, companies that are really driving that global growth and innovation story. It's part of what makes the index so spectacular from a performance perspective.
And Ryan, so give us a couple stalwarts in that index that most of us know.
Yeah, well, I think when you look at under the hood, right, what's been driving the bus? Technology, communication services, and consumer discretionary are three largest overweights. I mean, from there, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon.com, Alphabet, Facebook, right, the heavy hitters. Performance has been excellent.
And naturally, by the construction of the index and its weighting, those that are doing well continue to do well from a weighting standpoint, and investors in the index participate in that,
Exactly
right?
Exactly
So
right.
what about the future Amazons or Apples? They can work their way up as well, right?
They can, and I think that's what's interesting. When you look, there's a number of companies that are not necessarily held in the S&P 500, right? Companies like Lululemon, for instance, like Tesla, right? Sort of those next level companies that are hopefully going to make that leap.
Yeah, and so Rob, commenting on that, what does that mean that sets the QQQs apart?
Well, I think Ryan brings up a really good point, is when we look at it, we look at all of the 100 companies and the amount of resources that they're still spending on the R&D side of their businesses. And so when you look at the top tier companies like Amazon, Google, and Facebook, they're investing heavily in cloud computing, they're investing heavily in artificial intelligence, they're investing heavily in self-driving cars. So you have a tremendous amount of innovation still happening at the very top. You go a little bit further down and you still have companies that are investing in their own business, trying to generate that flywheel. So it's a tremendous story from top to bottom, and it really kind of focuses in on where you want to be, growth and innovation, and be it in a position where it's global.
As more and more advisors are embracing ETFs and allocating more client money, the index and the underlying index becomes that much more important. So what would you say to advisors out there? Do they need to do a better job of looking under the hood to understand the makeup?
Well, we always say on the index side, we always say the index is going to continue to do exactly what it was designed to do, and that is track global growth and innovation. And we really feel like that actually has an opportunity set in every single advisor in their client's portfolio to generate that exposure and have access to the story that really is moving the global economy forward.
And to Invesco, what does this partnership mean? Because it's not like the Qs are a small product out there. There's a lot behind it, and I know you're going mainstream with your relationship with the NC2A as well.
Yes, so it means everything. It's a fantastic partnership. Rob and some of his colleagues, I mean, we travel the country and talk about kind of the growth of not only the index, but also Qs, and investors have benefited from it. So we're very lucky to have them.
Ryan, Rob, thanks guys.
Thanks so much, Tom.
Thanks.